Thomas the tank engine had been working in the coal yards a whole day. The little blue engine was covered in coal dust. "I can't clean you up tonight, Thomas," said the strafer. "There's a fault on the hose pipe." "Oh, drat," said Thomas. "A bath is usually good enough for me. The officers are sure to say I look atrocious." But the agents are too busy arguing to notice Thomas. James was talking the loudest of all. "I deserve a new coat of paint," he said. "The fire controller says I'm the pride of the line and—" "Rubbish," snapped Henry. "We are all the pride of the line." "It's been like this a whole day," Percy said to Thomas. "James is getting a new coat of paint and has talked no-stop." "Wait, James! I'm the one who needs a new coat. Look at me." "I'd rather not," retorted James. "You're not a pleasant sight and wouldn't understand the needs of a really important engine." Thomas was offended by this. The following morning, as James was being repainted, Henry had an accident with some trucks, all of which derailed altogether. "If you could push trucks properly, Henry," said James, "why not talk to a tree instead? You know how much you like the forest." "As a matter of fact, James, the fire controller is inspecting the line for trees that are too close to the line. He's worried they may cause trouble," yelled Henry. "Pah!" laughed James. "If I came upon a tree, I'd just push it aside," said James. "Really? I'd like to see you try," said Henry. Soon, James was showing off his paintwork. "We're going for an important engine," he said. "You wouldn't feel important if one of these trees crashed on you," reproached Percy. "You feel hurt." "Rubbish! We're done," said James. "You should be careful, James," advised Terence. "Trees could be just as powerful as engines, you know." "Pah!" said James. "Now, if you'll excuse me, the fire controller will need me to pull some coaches." And he left. But James was wrong. "You must go to the yards and collect a heavy goods train, James. It's very heavy, so you need to be careful." "But sir, I've just been repainted. Can't Thomas or Percy do it? They're dirty. I like working with trucks." "Really useful engines don't argue, James," said the fire controller. So James went to the yards, by which time the weather had changed. "Your colour's nice, James. Pretty about your face, though," said some of the trucks. No, James paid no attention to them, and he sets off.
Soon they came to a hill, and his driver knew that they were in for a difficult time. An old tree close to the track was being blown by the strong winds, and rain had weakened the slope. All of a sudden, the tree moved.
"Oh, no, screamed James.
"Help!" cried James. "Go away!" But of course the tree couldn't. James tried to reverse away from the tree, but his train was too heavy. Then he heard a whistle. "It's Thomas," called his driver. James felt embarrassed and worried that Thomas would laugh at him, but Thomas didn't. He knew that this was no time for teasing. "Beep, beep, I'm ready," whistled Thomas. "So am I," James replied. "As ready as I'll ever be."
No. Oh,
Just in time.
"Just made it," said James. Later, James spoke to Thomas. "Percy and Terence were right to warn me," said James. "Thanks for rescuing me, Thomas." "Oh, that's all right. You just work hard together, no matter the weather." Just then, Edward came in. "The fire controller said you're both brave engines, Thomas and James. Thomas, you're going to need a new coat of paint, and James, the fire controller says that tomorrow you'll pull the heavy express." Everyone was very happy.